Gabriel M. sat in his parked car at a McDonald's in Ladder Heights, sipping his morning coffee. The calm of the moment was punctuated only by the innocent curiosity of his kitten, perched on the dashboard, its wide eyes gazing out at the world. The little furball seemed oblivious to anything unusual as it watched the cars and people pass by. However, that peaceful scene was about to be shattered in the most unexpected way. Without warning, a red-tailed hawk appeared, its sharp eyes fixed on the kitten. Gabriel's heart raced as he saw the bird of prey dive from the sky, its wings outstretched and talons ready. The hawk, driven by its predatory instincts, zoomed toward the car, crashing violently into the windshield with a resounding thud. Its talons scraped against the glass, and for a moment, Gabriel thought it might break through, but the car's unyielding barrier stopped it cold. The hawk, stunned for a brief second, quickly regained its composure and tried again, launching itself at the windshield in repeated attempts. Gabriel could see the sheer determination in its eyes, a relentless drive to reach the kitten, whose safety was just inches away. The bird's powerful wings flapped violently as it struck the glass over and over, scratching at the windshield with its sharp talons, each impact sending shudders through Gabriel's chest. Inside the car, the kitten was still relatively calm, its curious gaze fixed on the bird outside. It didn't yet realize the danger that loomed so close. But as the hawk's attacks continued, the little kitten's instincts kicked in. With a quick, startled movement, it darted behind the steering wheel, seeking refuge from the relentless predator that had turned its attention solely to it. Gabriel's hands gripped the steering wheel tightly, his heart pounding as the standoff stretched on. The hawk's repeated assaults became more frantic, its talons screeching against the glass, leaving visible marks on the windshield. Gabriel, unable to intervene directly, could only watch in horror as the bird continued its futile attempts. The kitten stayed hidden behind the steering wheel, its little eyes peeking out from time to time, unsure of what was happening but undoubtedly frightened by the commotion outside. Gabriel, in a mix of disbelief and panic, grabbed his phone and began recording the whole ordeal, his hands shaky but steady enough to capture the hawk's repeated desperate attacks. The sound of the talons scraping against the glass filled the car, echoing in Gabriel's mind. His kitten remained hidden, no longer the curious observer, but now aware of the danger lurking just outside its tiny world. Its heart was likely racing just as fast as Gabriel's, though it had the instinct to find a safe place to retreat. Time seemed to stretch on forever as the hawk continued to circle and dive, relentless in its pursuit, while Gabriel remained helpless, caught between protecting his kitten and the unbelievable sight unfolding before him. The hawk saw the kitten as an irresistible target. Known for their sharp eyesight and powerful hunting instincts, red-tailed hawks can spot prey from great distances and pursue it relentlessly. However, this hawk was faced with an unexpected challenge: the windshield of Gabriel's car. The man-made barrier was beyond the bird's comprehension, and it could not understand why it couldn't reach the kitten despite its efforts. Each attack on the windshield was met with frustration, its instincts clashing with the invisible wall separating it from its prey. Gabriel, watching helplessly, was torn. He didn't want to drag the hawk away and risk provoking it into attacking someone else or possibly injuring itself, but his priority was protecting his kitten. He stayed as still as possible, hoping the hawk would eventually realize its efforts were in vain and move on. Time seemed to stretch, each minute filled with growing anxiety as the hawk continued its determined assault. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the hawk paused mid-air. For a moment, it hovered just above the car, its wings flapping softly as if considering its next move. Then, with one final screech, the hawk took off, soaring into the sky. Gabriel exhaled sharply, his body releasing the tension that had built up over the past few minutes. He had feared the worst, but now he could breathe a sigh of relief. The kitten, still hiding behind the steering wheel, cautiously peered out at the now empty sky. Gabriel quickly reached over, scooping up the kitten and holding it close. He checked for any signs of injury or distress, but the kitten seemed more curious than scared, its wide eyes filled with wonder rather than fear. It had experienced something far more intense than it could understand, but it appeared unscathed, its natural curiosity intact. Gabriel couldn't believe what had just transpired. He had just witnessed a rare and terrifying encounter with a great predator, but the unexpected protection of the windshield had kept his kitten safe. He knew he had to share this story, not just because of the incredible event, but to highlight the unpredictable nature of wildlife and the dangers that can appear even in the most ordinary settings. This incident was a reminder of how close nature's predators can get to human life and how the simplest of inventions, like a car windshield, can offer unexpected protection. It also served as a testament to the hawk's strength, determination, and the surprising way its pursuit had been thwarted by human ingenuity. Gabriel's quick thinking and the barrier of glass were the only things standing between his kitten and what could have been a tragic outcome. This unexpected interaction left him with a deeper appreciation for the fragile balance between humans and the wild creatures around them. Red-tailed hawks are one of the most remarkable birds of prey in North America, known for their sharp eyesight and hunting prowess. With a visual acuity that allows them to spot prey from over 100 feet away, they are efficient and opportunistic hunters. The keen eyes of a red-tailed hawk can spot a small rodent from a great distance, and a seemingly harmless kitten innocently sitting on a car dashboard must have appeared as an easy target. But as powerful as these birds are, their instincts can sometimes clash with the urban environment, leading to unusual and unexpected encounters, like the one Gabriel experienced. Gabriel, sitting in his car at a McDonald's in Ladder Heights, was calmly sipping his coffee when he noticed a red-tailed hawk circling above. The bird's sharp eyes locked on its target, his kitten sitting innocently on the dashboard. Gabriel's heart skipped a beat as the hawk swooped down in a flash, aiming directly at the little feline. The predator's talons were outstretched, its keen instincts guiding it straight toward the kitten. In an instant, Gabriel's relaxing moment turned into a heart-pounding crisis. The hawk's powerful talons crashed against the windshield, causing a loud, shocking thud. The kitten, startled and confused, darted behind the steering wheel, hiding from the terrifying predator. Gabriel's adrenaline surged as he realized that the only thing standing between his pet and a violent attack was the windshield of his car. The hawk didn't seem to understand the concept of glass. It continued to strike against the windshield, desperate to reach its prey, its sharp claws scraping against the surface with each failed attempt. Gabriel could feel his pulse racing, watching as the hawk relentlessly struck the glass, determined to get to the kitten on the other side. Despite the apparent danger, Gabriel couldn't help but feel a strange mix of awe and empathy for the hawk. He marveled at the bird's sheer power and unyielding determination. Here was a creature, magnificent in its strength and hunting skills, facing an obstacle it couldn't comprehend, an invisible barrier that was preventing it from fulfilling its natural instinct. Gabriel knew that the hawk's pursuit wasn't driven by malice, but rather by the need to hunt and survive. Yet his primary concern was the safety of his kitten, who was oblivious to the danger but no less vulnerable. As the standoff continued, Gabriel's thoughts raced. Should he intervene more actively? Should he drive the hawk away or let it have its way? But deep down, he knew he couldn't let nature run its course in this urban setting, at least not in a way that could harm his pet. And yet, he didn't want to harm the hawk or provoke it into attacking. Gabriel held his ground, trying to remain calm, his hands shaking as he filmed the extraordinary moment on his phone. With each strike against the windshield, Gabriel's anxiety grew. The hawk's talons screeched louder, its frustration mounting as the glass refused to give way. Gabriel sat frozen in his car, heart pounding in his chest as the hawk circled above him. The bird had relentlessly attacked the windshield, its sharp talons scraping against the glass in an effort to reach the kitten on the dashboard. Each strike sent a jolt of panic through Gabriel, but he kept his eyes locked on the scene, hoping the hawk would eventually give up. For what felt like an eternity, the predator swooped down again and again, each attack becoming more frantic as it tried and failed to break through the barrier. Then, just when Gabriel thought he couldn't endure the tension any longer, the hawk paused. Hovering midair, it flapped its wings gently, its sharp eyes never leaving the car. For a long moment, it hovered, as if it were reconsidering its next move. Gabriel's breath caught in his chest. Could it be over? With a final screech, the hawk made one last swoop, but instead of attacking again, it turned sharply and flew off into the sky, disappearing into the distance. Gabriel let out a breath he didn't realize he'd been holding. His shoulders sagged, the weight of the moment lifting as the immediate danger passed. He quickly checked on his kitten, who had hidden behind the steering wheel during the entire ordeal. The little furball, still visibly shaken, peered out cautiously, its wide eyes scanning the now empty sky above. It seemed that the kitten, whom Gabriel had affectionately named Lucky, had made it through unscathed. Gabriel's heart swelled with relief, but there was no denying that the traumatic encounter had left a mark on both him and the kitten. Gabriel knew he couldn't keep this extraordinary experience to himself. Without hesitation, he posted the video he had captured during the incident online. It wasn't just an incredible story, it was a reminder of the dangers that pets, especially outdoor ones, can face in urban environments. The dramatic footage of the hawk's persistence and the kitten's miraculous escape struck a chord with viewers around the world. The video went viral almost instantly. Comments poured in, expressing both relief and amazement. Many viewers shared their own stories of close calls with wildlife, while others were simply thankful to see the kitten safe. The story of the hawk's attack and Lucky's narrow escape reminded people of the potential threats pets can face from wild animals even in urban settings. Gabriel's video served as a wake-up call, a reminder for pet owners to be more vigilant and aware of the risks lurking in the natural world, even in places where they least expect it. Lucky, now affectionately known as the Lucky Kitten, became an overnight sensation.